It's 11:30 a.m. and the fog's starting to roll. And I feel like fixing the east side of the balcony. I'm gonna remove the shelves again before it starts raining today. That's what I'm gonna do. Let me just put my hair up. It is now officially the rainy season in the Philippines, and you can tell by how fast the fog is rolling in the background. I've been doing my best to reorganize my plants, and in this video, you'll see me fixing up the plants on the east side of the balcony again. Yes, I've already fixed this area a few weeks ago, and like I said, I'm starting to hate that my cats would never make me grow a plant peacefully. They always knock the pots over, ruin the leaves, turn my plant shelves into their chill spots, and somehow manage to use the top of the pots as their beds. Because of that, you've seen me repot my succulents into bigger, heavier clay pots so the cats can't easily knock them over anymore. Hoping this helps the plants grow bigger since they will have more access to nutrients and moisture in the soil. However, it's a slow work and I'm not yet done with all of the repots. As previously mentioned in the last videos, one downside I'm worried about during the rainy season is rot. But there are ways to deal with that, like adding more grit to make the soil better draining. However, at this point, I don't really intend on buying more pumice rocks, to add more grit to the soil. But another solution is to continue placing the succulents into tinier, well-draining pots. But this time, I'm using used cans instead of the plastic pots. I'm going to hang these recycled cans on the outer area of our balcony railings so the cats cannot reach them. The plan is to no longer place lots of tiny pots, plastic pots that are too light. I'm no longer placing them into the shelves, which the cats will just knock over. And I'm hanging them instead. That way, they will be exposed into both rain and sunshine, which will help them grow stronger and able to withstand the weather. Since the rainy season is just starting, the plants still have time to toughen up before the strong typhoons come. Also, slugs might not be able to reach them because they're hanging, right? Because slugs, that's also one big problem during the rainy season. Okay, I'm not sure how much fixing I can finish this week, but I'm doing my best. And now, I am just hoping that my succulents survive the rainy season. I hope that they grow well and toughen up and give me lots of pups in the future. My plants and my cats, they just love this spot. That's why they're all here and they cannot mix. So the one thing I learned about succulents is that they don't grow that fast and they don't grow large root systems, right? Their roots are very shallow. So instead of using the small plastic pots for the tiny echeverias, maybe I can just use cans from, yung mga lata ng sardinas, corned beef, ganun. Because they're more sturdy, plus they're free. And medyo marami na akong naipon. And so, yung mga succulents ko na hindi ko pa ilalagay sa malalaking pots, doon ko muna ilalagay. At least mas matibay. And I can just hang them outside the balcony where the cats will not be able to mess with the pots para hindi mahulog, matumbling at kung ano pa. So, I'm gonna call my friend and that friend is wire. So I'm gonna use wire to hang the cans and that's what I'm gonna do. This is for a future project. Yun lang, naisip ko lang kasi hindi ko lahat maipapaso and ime-mess up siya ng cats at saka hindi nila, kasi there are some plants na mas okay na nasa individual pots muna sila para dun sila mag-grow at mag-establish ng roots. So instead of yung small pots na ilalagay ko lang sa mga shelves kasi hinihigaan ng cats yung shelves so it will never happen. And I'm always fixing them. And lagi na lang na-mess up. So, ganun na lang gagawin natin. Isasabit natin sila na nakalata. Good idea, right? I mean, bakit ba hindi ko pa ginawa yun noon? Naisip naman na pero... Yan talaga. So, depende kasi sa situation. Akala ko okay lang yung nakapatong yung mga pots. But, hindi pala okay yun sa aking situation, sa aking area. So, sasabit na lang natin sila para hindi sila itumba-tumba at tulugan ng cats. Ganon. Para makapagpatubo na ako ng succulents. Right? Right. Clothes on. Ganun na lang. And ayusin na naman natin ulit ang area na ito. Alright, I'll stop recording and I'll show you an update later. So the area there is empty already, but it's still dirty. So I'm gonna have to clean that up with soap and water, maybe wash that area because it's always maputik in there. And then I'm just gonna choose the plants that I'm gonna put there already. Babawasan ko na para hindi na laging maputik kasi sira-sira yung mga paso and kumakalat yung putik lagi kaya laging madumi doon. Anyway, I also want to show you this area here. Ito ang aking paso. Nakita ko na lang siya nung isang araw, basag na. Paborito ko to dahil ang ganda-ganda nito. Ceramic yata to or it's not clay, this is ceramic or clayish. Paso yan ng pagkain na nabili ko sa garage sale. And it's broken. but I can still do something about that, like a project with broken pots. Anyway, yun lang. I'm taking a break. I'm gonna have lunch and I'll continue later in the afternoon. Hopefully hindi pa umulan. Hopefully hindi pa uulan. Yan. So I'll show you this. So I put some of my succulents in here in this window here, and I'm just gonna check if this is already flowering, and it's about to flower. So cute. Starting to rain now. Mababasa na yung mga halaman doon. Hoarder symptoms, unfinished future projects. Nanonood ako ng Dr. House kagabi. And meron yung episode na nagho-hoard siya. Yung wife niya. So, sa bandang season 7 yata yun. So, bigla akong naisip, hindi kaya hoarder din ako? May hoarding disorder kaya ako? Because I have so many cans. No, actually, in my defense naman, I started collecting those cans because there was a project that I came across in Pinterest, and I wanted to make pots out of cans, and like these things, tingnan mo, succulent pots out of cans that were hanging. And I wanted to do those things. Yan, yung mga ganyan, no? Yung mga ganyang klase. And those are projects that I've been wanting to do. And so I started collecting cans. Square cans, and specifically yung can ng Vienna sausage, because ang ganda nung loob niya, nung ano niya, hindi kinakalawang. But, you know, there's also a beauty kapag kinalawang din yung can. Maganda rin siyang tingnan. Parang yung mga nakikita ko sa Pinterest, actually sa Instagram ko nakikita yung mga Japanese na succulent collectors. Parang ganito siya, o tingnan mo, kinakalawang pero ang cute, 'di ba? So that's a future project that I'm thinking. That's why I have so many cans that is piling up in the balcony, making a lot of waste, and sometimes it's becoming a problem. And my mom is starting to get pissed dahil sabi niya, itapon mo na yung mga basura dyan, yung mga kailangan nang itapon ganun. Pero look at this, it's so pretty, isn't it? May sakilan sa ibabaw, tas may kulay yung can, pero yung mix ng kalawang, ang ganda lang din tingnan. So, I kind of wanna do that. And so, anyway, check natin. Sabi ni AI, unfinished future projects are a hallmark sign of hoarding disorder. Rooted in a fear of waste, indecisiveness, and perfectionism, the compulsion to keep materials for a someday project leads to an accumulation of clutter that overtakes living spaces, causes extreme distress if discarded, and limits normal functionality in the home. Recognizing the intersection of hoarding symptoms and unfinished projects involves several distinct behavioral patterns: perceived future need, holding on to supplies, parts, or broken items with a strong belief that they will be needed or completed later, regardless of whether you have the time or space to actually do so. Guilty, perfectionism, and procrastination, stalling on a project due to a fear of making mistakes or not doing it perfectly, which results in indefinite delays. Fear of wasting, a deep-seated anxiety about throwing away materials that might hold potential value or utility. Not really a fear for me, but half guilty. Eto, medyo guilty ako dito. Difficulty organizing information processing and categorization challenges that make breaking the project into manageable steps overwhelming. Emotional attachment, guilty ako dito. Nahihirapan ako mag-categorize ng mga bagay-bagay ko dun sa And then emotional attachment, assigning significant sentimental value to materials or the idea of the project itself, making it painful or anxiety-inducing to discard them. Yes, I think I have something like this. Like, hindi ko tinatapon halimbawa yung mga lata dahil meron akong idea of a project na bala kong gawin. But actually yung mga ibang bagay na na-collect ako. It's been years na kinukolekta ko yun and it's starting to pile up. So, hindi ko pa rin nai-start yung project. So, that's a problem somehow. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm self-diagnosing via Google, so it's not if this behavior is significantly cluttering your living areas, causing distress or straining your daily life and relationships, it may indicate hoarding disorder. If you want, I can help you, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. I think I need professional help. Or I don't know. Anyway, para matigil na ang hoarding issue. Anyway, nakauwi naman na tayo ng Baguio and somehow nasisimulan na natin ng unti-unti na finally i-organize yung mga sa balcony. So, yeah, this is what I wanna start with. And honestly, 'di ba inaayos ko yung balcony and I still haven't really finished doing that honestly because it's been raining every afternoon. Oh, this is cute. I wanna do something like this. Oh, ang cute nito. Parang isa siyang can castle thingy. Anyway, so I'm gonna collect the plants, the cans, probably starting next week. Unti-unti gawin natin yan and let's start with the can project. Yan ang una natin gagawin. It's a future thing, I know. So, ipapakita ko na lang sa inyo kapag actually ginagawa ko na. Dun sa balcony, hindi ko na rin papakita sa inyo. It's still a mess right now and it's still raining. And gabi na rin. And aside from doing the projects nga na plant projects na plan natin, of course, kasabay niyan is pag-aayos ng area natin, ng living area ng bahay. So, kaya parang overwhelming yung mga gagawin dahil really, maraming gagawin, especially ngayong tag-ulan. Maraming tumutulong sa bahay natin. So, kailangan laging nag-aayos. Okay, so I'll just show you once I've already started with the project. I'll give you another update next. Okay, in another defense, okay? Didepensahan ko talagang hindi ako isang hoarder, okay? I already started the project, something similar a long time ago. In fact, I've posted that on my Instagram account. Ito siya, oh. So, December 2021 ito. And I already did something similar to that. Ayan, oh, nakasabit ang aking mga succulents. Yan ang aking plastic pots. And like I said, di ba, ilalabas ko ng aking best friend na si Wire. Kasi si Wire na yan ay yun yung ginamit ko para isabit yung pots. That's the idea. That's what yan ang aking tinutukoy nung sinabi ko na ilalabas ko yung wire. So, these are succulents na sinabit ko sa balcony. And sa area na to, east side ng balcony na yan, it gets a lot of sunshine. That's why the succulents looked really pretty in here. But of course, this was a long time ago, 2021 pa yan, and matagal nang wala yung mga succulent ko na yan. But looking on the next page, meron din. So, ganyan ang plano ulit. Balak kong gawin ulit yung ganyan na plano, but I'm no longer using plastic pots dahil pag naulanan at naarawan yan, nagiging brittle yung pots and nasisira. So, I'm gonna use instead maybe clay pots or the tin cans. And the good thing about those recycled tin cans is pag kinalawang, lalo siyang nagiging cute, right? So I'm gonna do something similar. Ganyan ulit. Hindi lang tayo nagkaroon ng time the past few years dahil busy-busyhan sa ibang mga bagay. So these were my original collections. Just so itong succulent na ito, actually ito ay propagations na nagsimula lang sa isang pirasong mother succulent na regalo sa kapatid ko. So, ito yung one of my very, very, very first succulents. Actually, hindi akin. Sa kapatid ko pa nga yan eh. Tapos, nag-grow lang siya silently, na neglect lang, hindi lang namin pinapansin, pero dumami siya. And then naging ganito na nga siya, nailipat ko na siya sa mga pots nung nagsimula na akong nagkagusto ng mga succulents. So naging ganyan siya. Na-propagate naman yung mga yan. Kaya lang, dahil first time kong mag-succulent noon, naging very naman ako. Ginagalaw ko masyado. Ripat ako ng ripat, dilig ng dilig, at saka kung ano-ano. So, hindi ko pa alam ginagawa ko nun. So, nagkamatay na lahat ng mga plants na yan. And then, ito yung mga first batch ko ng succulents din. Oh. Yan. Pinapakita ko lang sa inyo yung Instagram account ko. Ayan. Tapos, ito rin, naglagay ako ng Francesco Baldi sa box na ito. And, kumapal yan eh. Ang gandang tignan nung naging malago na siya. Ayan. Yan yung mga first batch ko na succulents noon. Mendoza. Tapos itong pot na to, nabasag na yan. Dahil kalaunan, meron yung time na ine-neglect mo yung mga plants mo. And then meron din yung time na masyado kang maasikaso, etc. etc. So hindi talaga nagtatagal. Ayan, nag-rot-rot pa yung mga yan. Tapos bluish pa siya. Tapos dumating sa point na nagkaroon siya ng stress colors. Naging orange na. Super ganda niya. Ito rin ang aking thimble cactus. May babies pa yan na hanggang ngayon nagtatrive, buhay pa, pero hindi totally dumadami ang thimble cactus ko dahil hindi ko naaasikaso ng maayos. Anyway, ayan. So, gusto ko lang pakita. Anyway, na-distract na tayo. It's out of topic na. So, ito ang plan talaga at this moment. So, yung tin cans ay gagawin natin at isasabit natin ulit sa outer side ng itong mga railings doon sa balcony. Tapos isasabit natin dyan para maging maganda ulit yung mga kulay nila. This was my first Graptoveria Pretty in Pink. At gustong-gusto ko dahil araw-araw kong pinapanood itong Pretty in Pink na to na nag-grow siya. Gustong-gusto niya yung exposure dito. Araw, ulan. And it has grown compact and very colorful. Tapos gustong-gusto ko yung shape ng leaves niya. Pretty in Pink. Doon ko siya unang nagustuhan. And then ito Purple Delight. And ito Black Prince. So ayun. Yun lang. Counting update. So I'm gonna do something similar to that, but instead of plastic pots, cans naman this time. So that's a future project. So in defense, not really a hoarder. There really is a plan and it can happen. Ayun lang. So I think I'm gonna end the video here. More updates soon, okay? Thank you again. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. See you next video.